Testing, testing, one, two, three.
Thank you. First item tonight, members, is apologies. I have just received one apology from Alderman Baxter. Have we any other apologies for tonight? No, thank you. Declarations of interest, we can take those as we go if any arise. Okay, members, moving on. Our health and recreation report. These are decision items. The first item is 3.1, Armagh, Banbridge and Craigavon Sports Forum, and this will be presented by Gillian.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, members. Item 3.1, Armagh, Banbridge and Craigavon Sports Forum. Sports Forum has been in operation for 8 years now. Their main role is to support athletes, coaches and sports clubs through financial assistance, and they also play a key role in the organisation of junior and senior sports awards. The recommendation before you is that a service level agreement is signed between Council and the Sports Forum, and that a maximum of £60,000 is released to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Gillian. Alderman Barr.
Thank you, Chairman. Gillian, thank you for the report. You do fantastic work there between yourselves and the forum. I think it's a collective responsibility there that works. So happy to propose the recommendation by the council officers. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Alderman Barr. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. Just to declare an interest as a member of the Sports Forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Johnson. Councillor Evans.
Thank you, Chair. I'm happy to support this as well. I just had a question regarding the girls' active primary. It says on it that only 7 primary schools took part. Is it only for a limited amount of primary schools, or does it go out to all of them? I was just curious as to why only 7 took that up.
Thank you.
So thank you, Chair. I think the member is referring to the sports development report in item 3.4, maybe. Just to clarify, that mentions about the girls active. Yeah. So the event took place last week. So it was money that we had from that we got from Sport NI. And there was a limited capacity in terms of what we could cope with on the day. So we were only able to take the first 7 schools, you know, that applied to the programme. But it was a great day, and hopefully you've seen some of the social media posts, you know, that referred to it.
Thank you, Gillian. You're happy enough, Councillor Evans. Thank you. Councillor Herr.
I also was part of the sports forum, so declaration of interest, please.
Thank you, Councillor Herr. Councillor McConville-Walker.
Thank you, Chair. Just to declare my interest as a member of the Sports Forum as well.
Councillor O'Hanlon.
Chair, likewise, just to declare an interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ratliff.
Thank you, Chair. Just a declaration of interest as well in sports forum. Thank you.
Thank you, members. We'll have currently a proposal on the table by Alderman Barr. I need a seconder for that proposal. Councillor McConville-Walker seconds it. We're all agreed, members? Oh, see. Oh, the Lord Mayor is happy to second Alderman Barr's proposal. All happy enough? Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to item 3.2. Event request for Armagh Agricultural Show, and Martin will be doing that presentation.
Thank you, Chair, and good evening, members. Chair, this year's Armagh Agricultural Show will run on the 8th of June. And the bylaws would state that in order to close the park on the day, we need to seek council approval. But we also seek approval for closure on the day before the show, which is Friday the 7th of June, which will allow for then the traffic, mainly sort of large traffic running through the site. And for in the interest of health and safety, then that members of the public are not allowed to use the park on that day. So, Chair, the recommendation is that the park is closed to the public on both the 7th and 8th of June.
Thank you, Martin, for the presentation. Alderman Burns.
Propose accordingly, Chairman.
Thank you, Alderman Burns. Have a seconded by Councillor Hare. Thank you, members. Moving on to item 3.3, event request for Loughgall Country Park Rally for 2024, and Martin will be presenting that report as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, it's in exactly the same vein. The bylaws would state that we need council permission in order to close the park to facilitate the event. This year's Loughgall Rally is going to run on the 5th of July, and we would need council permission to close the park to the public on the 5th of July to accommodate the rally, but also on the day preceding the rally on the 6th of July for the rally, and on Friday the 5th then to close the park from 1 p.m. to facilitate the setup.
Thank you, Martin. Any questions around the Loughgall Park Rally? No. Could I have a proposal? We accept the recommendation. Proposed by Councillor Hare, seconded by Councillor Evans. Thank you. Our next item is an information item, members. It's 3.4 Sports Development Report. If anybody has any issues or are happy to note. Happy to note. Okay. Oh, sorry. Lord Mayor.
Thank you, Chair. And just under the vein that I'd raised last month with regards to the employability programme, youth leadership, I'm just wondering if we could get a wee update next month. I see that is running to March, so I'm assuming that's the end of March that'll be finished. I'd be really keen to get an update on that as to how successful that was. Very keen to hear about that. So it's a good programme. Thank you.
Okay, Lord Mayor, thank you. We're happy enough to bring a report back. Thank you. Okay, members, just at this juncture of the meeting, can I seek a proposer and seconder that can I seek a proposer and seconder go into committee for consideration of the confidential items of business proposed by Councillor Ratliff, seconded by Councillor Hare. Thank you. Members and online viewers, in accordance with the Schedule 6 of the Local Government Act, we will now be moving into a confidential session of the council. This means that we will be turning off the public feed of the meeting. This will be returned when the meeting has restarted. Can I ask the ICT officers to please turn off the feed and confirm with me when the confidential section of this meeting can proceed? Thank you. Can I seek a proposer and seconder to agree the recommendations made in committee? Proposed by the Lord Mayor and seconded by Councillor Hockian. Thank you, members. We've only one item of AOB tonight before we move on to the workshop. It was brought forward by our Lord Mayor. It regards car parking at the football in Lurgan on Saturdays. I'm going to bring in Councillor Herr on this matter.
Thank you, Chair, for letting us in. It's regarding traffic and parking problems in Glenavon Lane and Lurgan Town Arena. On Saturday there, it just went to a new level. There's 530 games there on a Saturday morning, and they're just parking everywhere. It's like Duffy Circus. They're just everywhere they go to, they're just putting a car somewhere. And I'm really concerned that somebody's going to get hurt or seriously injured. I had a meeting with the council staff and the police and everybody on the 6th of December, and we came up with a couple of solutions, and now we're 3 months on and nothing has been done. And I'm really concerned about it. And I would like an urgent meeting with Martin as soon as possible on regarding this, because as I said, I don't want to be coming back in the next couple of committee meetings and something really seriously happening.
Thank you, Councillor Herr. I'll bring Martin in on this subject.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we are aware of the situation. We're looking at a number of ways in which to alleviate in the short term some of the congestion, though the long-term solution would be around car parking in that area. We have previously, and when I say previously, maybe going back 20 years, whenever I was the manager of the Parks East area, we had looked at trying to extend the car park. Though whilst there would be a significant cost in that, the number of extra car parking spaces would not have been significant enough in order to deal with the issues that you have described this week. Having said that, in the short term, we are looking at trying to relocate some of the matches, particularly the Mid Ulster Junior League matches, into some of our other facilities, either in Lurgan Park or Lord Lurgan Park, in order to try and alleviate some of the congestion in the short term. And then on a longer term, then we are going to remark out the existing car parking spaces, and then to look at how we can further develop the car parking in that area. There are a number of issues with it, in that the car park that is existing is not ideal, in that it is at the wrong side of the road, i.e. the opposite side of the road of the facility. We had previously looked at trying to relocate that car park into the facility, but in order to do that, we would have to take out some of the pitches in around the facility itself, which again isn't an ideal solution. But sure, we will be looking at this moving forward. Apart from the short-term actions, then we've been engaging then with the likes of yourself and the other interested parties in terms of arriving at a long-term solution for it.
Thank you, Martin. Bringing the Vice Chair.
Thanks very much, Martin. Understand where Councillor Herr's coming from, but when you're looking at that area, could I ask somebody look at the area down by Shies Field in Armagh on a Saturday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday night, the amount of children playing soccer and things down there, and there's no room for anybody to park. Now, I have spoke to officers with this here, but I've had no progress. So we definitely need to look at it, and I know where Councillor Herr's come from. There will be somebody seriously hurt there.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Councillor Herr, bring in one more time.
When we were looking there in December, there was two areas we were looking at, where the Stones areas and the overflow car park. Is that the areas you're talking about? That have you looked into them?
Chair, those are. Sorry, Chair. Those are the areas that we are specifically looking at the moment. Yes.
You know, on a Saturday morning, I wonder, could they get an extra staff on there and actually stop them actually from parking just outside the gate there where the barrier is? Because that's where a lot of them are parked, and it just, you know, I think I'm gonna try and get a meeting hopefully next week with all concerned parties, because going forward, I think we need to maybe get a people in there to man it, because that's the only way forward we're gonna do it. And another member of the staff there on a Saturday morning would make an awful difference. Because I'm gonna be talking to Lurgan Town and to the Mid-Ulster Youth Academy to actually get bodies on the ground. And, you know, one of the things we discussed was a one-way system. The only way that can work, if we put somebody at the top of Glenavon Lane, somebody at the bottom, and one right beside where the changing rooms is, then that's the only way it's gonna work. But I mean, if you could take that on board first, please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. My understanding is that the Mid-Ulster Junior League have already engaged the VentSec for the coming week in order to set up a one-way system. Whilst one of our problems at the moment is being able to have staff on site on a Saturday morning. But our staff would have limited powers as far as, you know, managing traffic would be concerned. But as I said, Mid-Ulster Junior League have informed us tonight that they're going to be looking at that as an option for the coming weekend.
Thank you, Martin. Councillor Hockey.
Thank you for your patience, Chair. You thought this was going to be a quick AOV. Not tonight. I fear Councillor has opened up Pandora's box here. I know Vice Chair had referenced Armagh. My head spinning with a couple of ones where I know we could do with a bit of work on. But I just think is Councillor Herr's request for another member of staff, for example. It'll be news to me if we've got members of staff free, because Lurgan Celtic in particular, and I spoke to the team recently, had to actually move their games from Lord Lurgan Park. I don't even know where they ended up, because we didn't have the staff member yet. So they ended up there because we didn't even have enough staff to do the work in Lord Lurgan in the first place. So I don't think, in Marty's defence, I don't actually think we have access staff that are going to be there directing traffic and all the rest. And that's not to undermine the request that you put in, but I think we need to be realistic. And I also think if we're going to be looking at this for one, I think we need to look at it for all and make sure we're not missing anybody out. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Hockey. I think what's probably come out of this debate tonight, that there is issues across the board, and if the council officers, the teams, police, or whoever, all interested parties are liaising together to try and sort this out, because it seems to be a bit of an issue across the board. But thank you, members. Okay, members, that's all our business tonight. We have our workshop to commence after the meeting closes. So thank you for your attendance tonight, and